Alright, BMW 120i fuel pump relay. Okay, we're going to show you where this is, but to start off with, we've got no fuel pressure, no power here. So according to our circuit diagram, this white wire with the blue trace should be carrying our power signal to our pump there, but there's no power on that. Okay, and we trace that up the front. And this is a right-hand drive vehicle, fuse box on the left-hand side here. So we've got a fuel pump fuse here. Okay, that's also one there. That may or may not be there. This didn't actually have one in. We tried chucking one in just to see if it made any changes. But there's no power to that fuse. Okay, but there is power to this one up here. That's also a larger fuel pump fuse. Okay, now the relay that we are hunting for, so that white wire with the blue trace comes into the back of this unit. So the relay is actually in this unit itself. Okay, so our next step now is to pull this out, and we have to send this whole unit away for repair. Okay, just before we pull it out though, what we will do is just check our switching of the relay from the ECU, because we can't get in with it all connected to test the relay directly. We do want to just make sure at least that the ECU is switching the relay, so we know it's getting that signal, so that we don't dive down this track when we actually have a faulty ECU. So let's show you how we do that. Okay, so we have our scope connected now into our black and white wire coming in here. So this is the switching from the ECU for the fuel pump relay. Okay, so you can see at the moment it's up there. This is 5 volt division, so that's at 12 volts up there. Okay, I'm going to hit the start for crank. You can see that getting pulled down. Okay, so we know we've got switching from our ECU. Okay, so just to show in the back of this unit here, here is our white with the blue trace. Goes into that green plug there, right in the centre of the board. So undoing the plugs, these square ones like this, tab on either side, flat ones like this, just a tab on one side, pull those out. Black one that goes down the bottom into what I'm guessing is probably the body control module without looking at what it actually is. So this end piece slides all the way out, and that will release it from that. The tricky one is this big Munty power cord here. Okay, so you'll see it's got like a nut, a bolt going in on top of it. What that actually screws into is just this piece of aluminium that goes up inside there, and it's actually a pull-off terminal that goes onto that big chunky terminal in there. So just loosen it off just to allow that piece to free up, and then basically pull it out, but it is quite tight still on there. Cool, and then that's this unit out. Okay, so that one there was our fuel pump fuse, and that is where the white and blue wire comes in on that plug. So we're trying to get power to that fuse, and I would say that one of these in under here is going to be the relay buried in this unit. Okay, according to our circuit diagram, it's incorporated into this unit, so we're going to send that away now to be repaired. Okay, so just a quick look here at our circuit diagram. There's our fuel pump. We have the blue and white trace wire feeding power to that, and that's coming from our relay, but this circuit diagram's actually round the wrong way. Fuse 67 should come after the relay, which we can see by the way it's set up in the board, and you can see there that it's showing that relay as being part of this fuse box relay plate. So what I mean by the way it's set up in the board is that that blue and white wire coming from the fuel pump actually plugs straight back into the back of that fuse. Like literally the plug plugs into the fuse. You actually have to watch out for it when you put the plugs back in, that you don't push the fuses out because they go straight onto the blades. But that's what I mean by that circuit diagram showed it backwards, because we know it's coming through the fuse after the relay and straight out that blue and white trace wire to the fuel pump. Okay, so we are actually going to pull this apart and have a quick look inside it. There's a couple of Torx head screws just in the front of the board to undo, and then just clips around the side. Pretty straightforward just to get this faceplate off. But before you pull anything apart, make sure you take a photo of the fuse configuration of where all these fuses are so that you know where to put them back. Even if you're sending it away, take a photo so you know when you get it back all the right fuses are in the right places. So here it is, we've removed all the fuse, photographed them first of course, and so here it is. Yeah, it's going to be one of these two. I'm thinking probably this one, but we're going to find out. Okay, so we have got our board back from the electronic expert who managed to trace on the circuit board, which we couldn't do because it's double layer, but they could, and found that this is the fuel pump relay, this one down here, so they've replaced that. Okay, that was just our arrow showing them which fuse it was coming back to. So that is the fuel pump relay in the BMW 120i. Okay, so that has been replaced, and now we're putting the board back in. Okay, so we'll try and give you a look at the plug configuration in the back here. It's a bit hard to get in there to see, but the plugs do only fit in one place and they sort of reach to where they should be, roughly, so it's not too hard to work out. The one thing to watch out for, is see fuses down here, is as you push those plugs in the back, it's going to push fuses out the front. So even the ones that are still in here, you want to go through and just give them all a push back into place, because they get pushed forward a bit, and you want to go back to your photo when this is all done and make sure that you've got all the right fuses in the right places. Okay, so now we've got our board all mounted back in there, and we are of course just going to make sure that it starts. Okay, so a quick rundown on accessing it. So that module we've been looking at has basically just 4 screws, one on each corner holding it in, and then this is the rear of the glove box. So it's glove box out, panels off the side here, so that we can get all of this out. So there is one screw, just to be a pain, in there, okay, which means the fascia from around the stereo has to come out, and there are screws up the top here, so there's a silver panel along there that needs to clip out. Cool. Yeah, so yeah, I'm still putting it back together at the moment. So yeah, glove box out, then need to get this panel off, which means that panel off and that panel off to get at the screws. Not sure the side panel, whether I just took that off to get the other unit physically out, rather than needing it to get this piece out. Okay, I hope this has helped you out today. Don't forget to click a like and subscribe for more real tips from real mechanics. We'll see you in the next video.